Okay, guys, welcome to my corner on the internet. I'm Bridgie, and I love you all. And it's so lovely you're here watching me. Thank you so much for being here. And today, as I said previously, I'm going to be doing a classic look. I'm going to do some beautiful. You know what? I'm not going to say too much. Let me just start doing. So, you know how to do it. First of all, you have to prep your face. I already prepped my face before I started recording. So usually when I want to prep my face, I just use a wet wipe and clean my face and put some moisturizer. But I can do some moisturizer. I don't mind. And the moisturizer I'm using is Cousins Baby Lotion. You can use whatever moisturizer you have. You don't have to use exactly what I have. I like this one because it smells so nice. It smells like a baby, and then it actually moisturizes my face. So that's why I like it. So here I have moisturized my face, guys. See? Gentle, easy, clean, smooth. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so for the second part of the prepping of the face, I'm going to go in with my primer. So I have a priming spray. I usually use this when I want to put my foundation on, but I have a real primer, and this is the LA Girl Facefinity All Day Primer. So I'm going to put a generous amount on my face, and I'll use my hands to work it in. I like this primer. It's really nice. Like whenever I use it, my makeup actually stays longer. I like it so much. Another thing I need to get is the, what they call it, the finishing spray, the one that doesn't like allow your makeup to be transferred. That's my next target. So here I am putting the primer all over my face, especially in these places where I know I'm prone to sweat more, but it doesn't really matter. Just put it all over your face. So yeah, I'm pumped. Alright, so after the primer, you know what's next? Is the foundation. You know what I'm saying? So the foundation I'm using is the Seagold Beauty, and this is the Seagold Beauty HD foundation, 24 hours matte, and it's 100% oil free. I like this foundation because it does work. So we're going to be putting, because this foundation, the reason why I'm using both of them is because I don't have my exact shade. So I'm going to just put one pump here of the darker one, which is the cocoa, and then I'm going to put a pump of the honey, and I'm going to be using my concealer brush to mix it, and then I'm going to apply it to my face. So guys, come with me as I do that right now. So let me clear my table, my workspace. I have a lot of things all over here, but I'm here for you guys. Woohoo! I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. I don't know. I'm really excited today. Today is a beautiful day. Today is a beautiful day, fam. So I'm mixing like a scientist that I am. So I'm going to just apply the finished product, the mixed product on my face. I'm going to be using this concealer brush because there's some product on it. I don't want to waste my product. So I'm going to be using my foundation brush. I have another foundation brush with my new set, but I love this one so much. So I'm going to be spraying a bit of my priming spray onto my brush. Then I'll pack that onto my face. You know what I'm saying? Pack the foundation in and then blend. So I'm going to spray a bit more on my hand because I have some excess product. I don't want my foundation to waste. So here I am. Putting the foundation. Okay, so now I have to use my mirror. I'm sure you guys know by now, I like to be sure of what I'm doing. So I'm putting in more. I'm putting more force to blend. Not exactly force, but I am blending. So I'll blend to my neck area because you don't want to have like two different shades on your body. Wow, just take a look at this. Look at how my face has transformed just with the foundation only. All right, so foundation done. Nice. Okay, friends, let's go. So now that we're done with the foundation, obviously the next thing to do is the brows. So I already sharpened my pencil off camera, so I'm going to be using my spoolie. I'm sure you guys are learning names of things from me now, but I'm going to be using my spoolie and I'm going to brush my brows upward, both brows, so that I'll be able to follow the natural line of my brow. So now I've brushed it upward and I'm going to be using my sharpened pencil and my small mirror over here to draw the outline. So let's do this. Okay. Alright, so I've done the outline for under of the brow, so I'm going to brush the hairs downward and do the top part. So that we can have some beautiful brows. Okay, let's do this, we can do this. Okay. So now that I've drawn the outline, I'm filling in the brow. Okay. Filling it in, guys. So now I'm going to brush. Just to make sure everything is even. And then, sometimes when you do your brows, there are like patches inside. So when you brush, this takes away that problem. And also it allows you to see where you need to refill in. So like now I need to fill in some parts here. You see? Alright. So I'm going to just use my hand to clean the excess that came across from the brushing. And then I'm going to be using my concealer to conceal. So let's go. Don't look at the brows like this. Let me finish it. So for concealing, I'm going to be using the lighter shade of my foundation, which is the Honey Sea Gold Foundation Honey. So I'm going to put just one pump on my hand, and I'm going to be using my concealer brush here, and I'm going to be using it to outline my brows. So watch me as I do that. Gotta make sure the brush is prepped properly. So here we go, friends. So I'm doing the dotting method. This is where you just dot before you draw. It's easier that way for me. So here I am. All right, look at that brow, fam. Look at it. Perfectly done. Even though it's not perfect in your eye, it's perfect in my eye. So thank you. Okay. So we're doing the dotting method again. More product. Yep. All right. So we need the top, carve it properly. All right. Okay, friends. Let me see. These brows don't look identical. They don't. Okay. Let's blend. That is the purpose of makeup. Conceal. Okay. So I'm using my foundation brush to blend out the concealer on the top of the brow, because it's definitely lighter than my skin tone. So this is good. So now that we've done the brows, we'll set the face with some powder. Just normal face powder. So for the powder, I'm using my Micolor palette. Let me show you the pack. Micolor. Very nice. It has a lot of shades. This is very good. So I'm just going to take a generous swirl around the powder on the brush, and I'm going to just use it to set my face. Remove any extra oils or something, just to set. Alright, so we set the face, so now it's time to go in with some contour. Okay, I'll just use the remaining of the concealer I have here for my under eye. So I didn't really want to do all of this, but most times when I say I don't want to do all of this, I end up doing it. Alright. So you see me putting some concealer on my nose, like the sides of my nose. This is to give the impression that my nose is smaller for some reason. I never used to like contour before, but now I've learned some tricks. It's not bad. So now I'm going to be using my beauty blender to balance that out. Okay. Nice. So for my forehead, I'm going to use the remnant to do for my nose and for this side, this T-zone. So I was watching one YouTube lady. She said you should just make this place look like a palm tree, and that kind of makes sense. Spread it all over your eyebrow, because this is where the light hits the most, so that's why you're supposed to highlight this place. So blending, more like tapping, but you know, it's getting done. Alright, friends, look at that already. And I haven't even contoured yet, but my face is looking like really, really snatched. So I'll just do a little over here, and I've learned not to drag it close to my mouth because it looks very weird. So I'm just gonna be doing this. Just a little product. Before I used to use so much product, but now I'm learning more. A little goes a long way, to be honest. So I'm going in again with my priming spray on my beauty blender, and I'm going to blend this out. Okay, do the same for the second side. I hope you guys are learning something from me, not that you're just watching. Alright, it's blended. Nice. Very, very nice. So I'm cleaning the excess foundation from my hand because I don't want it to stain my clothes. And now I'm going to go in with some contour. So I'm going to be using my fan brush. Obviously, I'm still using my Micolor palette, but instead of using my normal powder shade, I'm going to be using Cappuccino, which is a shade higher than mine. So I'm going to take some of my brush, and I'm going to do this. Just apply, and then apply like this, like a C, like this. That's how I've realized it works best when you do a C than when you do this. So you see, I'm sure you can see some difference right now. So you blend it towards the cheekbone. You see, it might not should be so obvious, but look, when you have your brush, you do this, like a C, then you bring it towards your cheek. Do you understand? See? See. So you do the same for the other cheek. Then the C. And you bring it in towards your cheek. Now this is for the cheek contour. So with the same fan brush, you're going to do your temples and your jawline. So you see, not so much product here though, so it doesn't look very quirky. And then the jawline. Then when we're done with this, we'll do the nose contour, which is what actually structures the face properly. See. You see that? You see, some definition is coming up. Anyways, we're done with that. So now we're gonna go in with the brush we use for the face contour. Oh my god, I almost threw my foundation away. That was too close. Anyway, so this is the brush I'm going to be using for my nose contour. I like it because it's fluffy, but at the same time it has some kind of angle, so you can like watch me. So I'm going in again with my Cappuccino. I'll just take some, and I'm going to do my nose contour. So I'm going to start like from the inside of my eyebrow here. See that? You see? Start from the inside of the eyebrow. Take some more product if you feel like the product is not enough, and then you draw at the side of the nose. Obviously, you blend this out. Because you don't want to have like harsh lines on your face. So same thing with the other one. So what this does is it brings more focus to the middle of your nose, to the bridge, which you've already highlighted, making your nose look way smaller. And then you can do this like on the nose, no, like in the middle of your nose. You just do like a little semicircle. So now that we've placed the product, we have to blend it so that it doesn't have like harsh lines on the face. So here I am blending my stuff. I'll blend this into the brow shadow. You see that? So nose contour is done. You see how my nose looks very almost pointed now from the big nose I had before. It's all about illusion. Anyways, look at this, friends. So this is good. Nose contour done, cheek contour done, everything done. So it's time to bake. I love baking. Like, that's my favorite part of the makeup process. Just putting that setting powder on your face. Oh my god, that feels so good. So obviously, as you know, I am a fan of Sacha Buttercup setting powder. This is all I use. I haven't tried any other products before, so this is what I use. So I'm going to open the powder, and I'm going to put some on the lid. Then I'll show you how to place the setting powder on your face. So you will need a triangle puff. This is easier to apply the powder with than the normal circle puffs because it will get all over. Like, you need the angles. So what you do, you tap gently on your powder, drop the excess, use your finger to smooth. Oh shit. Okay, use your finger to smooth the powder on your puff, and then you place your powder. So I'm going to start with the placement on the cheeks. Good. Here. So I'm just going to put just a bit. I've learned not to bring it too close to my mouth because it kind of shows like harsh lines. So when I finish baking, then I'll do my eyeliner because it's just eyeliner I want to do on lips. Alright, so it's time to put on the under eye, friends. Okay. Okay. See? So I'm going to put a little bit on the bridge of my nose. I knew something was wrong. I didn't put contour here. I mean, highlighter here. But it happens. You can't win every time. Okay. Trust the process. Trust the process. Even though I look like I have a very, very weird ass nose right now, trust the process. So I'm cleaning up my station. There's a lot of powder over here, and I don't want my stuff to be, stained all over the place. So I'm done with that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be doing lips. Let me do some lips. So what should I do for lips? I have a lip palette here. It has some of the most amazing pigments. This is from Jaclyn 20-in-1 full coverage lip palette. I love it so much. It's really nice. So I'm going to be using my lip brush. Here's my lip brush, and I'm going to, I think I will go for a nude look today. So let me find something I'll use as my lip liner. So I'm using this beautiful color. I just overline my lips. That's something I do. Anyways, all right, see, beautiful. So I'm going to be using a nude inside. Put some more pigment in there. And it's done. Alright. I came out nice. So now it's time to brush off this excess powder with an empty brush. Here we go. So if you find out that you have like harsh lines and your brush cannot reach, you should use your hand. Okay. You see? Okay. So all that remains now is just for me to do eyeliner. Let me arrange my brushes back, please. Because I like to arrange my brushes so I don't like miss anyone. Okay, let's go. So it's time to do eyeliner, and I wouldn't be able to look at the camera while doing this because my mirror is down here and I have to look into the mirror. I hope you can learn. I don't think I'm teaching you how to do eyeliner because I'm not really good at it yet. So I'll just do a simple line. Okay, Let's see what we can do together. Okay. So I'm just using the powder brush because that place I didn't put any product on there. So let's do this. So while you're using lashes, you have to hold down your lashes so you don't like stain your entire lid. Okay, so I did a thick liner. I want to do a thin liner, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, let me continue. All right, take a look at this beauty. Okay, so I'm done with my liner. So the part you've all been waiting for, the blush. Blush. I love applying blush. I love it so much. Like, blush gives me joy. Like, it makes me blush. So the blush I'm using is 7 Cool Fashion Makeup Soft Vivid Blush. So I'm going to take a bit onto my brush and I'm going to stamp it on my cheek. Upward. Oh, there's not much product actually. Okay. Alright. So now I'm blushing upward, blending it upward. See? Oh my god! Look at this fine girl. Blushing girl, safe. Nice, very very nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oops, excuse me. Something fell from my table, but I can't shout. Anyway, so we're done with blush. It's time to put on some highlighter. I'm going to be using this, one of my shadows. I have a small shadow palette here, and one of my shadows is the best highlighter, to be honest. Like, it's not exactly golden, it's just there, but it gives a nice glow. Also, I'm going to be putting some here in my brow. Nice. So I'm going to be using my highlighter brush and I'm going to be using to blend this out. put some more. Alright, so I'm gonna put some highlight here just for the glow. Alright, now take a look at this beautiful makeup look. Very, very demure. I hope you enjoyed watching me, and I hope you must have learned something from me as well. I enjoy creating for you. It's my pleasure to actually create these beautiful looks, and also to be able to teach people who don't, who are not so makeup, who are not so good at makeup. So to put this whole look together, I'm going to be going in with my finishing spray. Where is that? I have a finishing spray somewhere. Actually, I need to powder my face first to lock in everything. So I'm going to be going in with my original shade of powder from my Micolor palette, and I'm just going to use that to lock in the makeup look. I'm blending my neck area very well. Thank you. I feel so beautiful. This is nice, like very nice. This is a very nice look. So let me show you everything. I think I'll skip the setting spray because I'm not exactly going out. I just want to shoot videos. So here we go. I'm packing my brush set. Let me see if it's complete. It is complete. So I'm packing my brush set away, and then I'm going to show you some poses. So let me bring down my hair, show you how this will look like if I'm going out. Look at this, guys. Look, 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 look. I'm sure you guys, you're happy to see me. Anyways, look at this. I love this look so much. It's giving. It's giving. Alright, thank you so much for watching. This is the whole video. I didn't take any breaks, so I hope you learned something. Thank you.